Chris Palme here, radio host of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment talk show on WQEE 99.1 FM. I'm here at Salem Field for tonight's matchup between the Scranton Wilkes Barre RailRiders taking on the Buffalo Bisons at 6:05 tonight. I have a special guest with me, and he's the voice of the RailRiders, and his name is Adam Markle. Adam, thoughts on the series against the Buffalo Bisons so far?
It's been a very interesting series, going 12 innings. First time we've played a 12-inning game in exactly a year to the day, and we beat Buffalo on the September 17th, 2023 in 12 innings. Year to the day, we played them another 12-inning game, which was a nail-biter. This RailRiders team has been in a playoff chase the entire second half. Got eliminated with that loss on the walk-off on Wednesday. So it's an interesting series. It's a fun series to watch. I love coming to Buffalo. I love when the RailRiders and Bison get together.
Obviously, the teams had a stronger second half. What's some of the reasons for the stronger second half than in the first half for the RailRiders?
Well, I think this team has been very good this entire season. We were, in April and early May, one of the best teams in all of baseball, and Omaha got hot at the right time. We had some call-ups to the big leagues. This club this season, they've been predicated on speed, on running the bases, not just an International League record steal tally, but the ability to get from first to third. And unlike certainly last year's team, this team has been the best in the International League with runners in scoring position. So while you can have some bumps in the road on the pitching side, when your offense has that ability to click, and when this club wins games, it's not just one player. It's always seemingly 1 through 9 in the order, where everybody contributes with a couple of hits or productive at-bats, getting on base, whatever the case may be. We do post-game videos with Shelly Duncan, our manager, and he always seemingly talks about 1 through 9 being a factor in every single win this year.
Thoughts on Shelly Duncan, who's a former Major League Baseball player, and the impact he's had on developing these players along with the rest of the coaching staff for the RailRiders?
This is our second season with Shelly at the helm. Of course, he's a former SWB Yankee, 2007, was the International League MVP in 2009. So real player's manager, it's somebody who understands the game, wasn't playing it that long ago. Shelly's now in his early 40s and has made his way through a couple different teams, working lower levels coaching, coordinator, and now the opportunity these last 2 years to manage. I think players really gravitate to his personality. It's fun to be around him, to watch how he handles this team. People remember Shelly Duncan as a slugger, a home run hitter. And so to see his team this year not be predicated on the home run, but on the speed, is kind of fascinating because it allows him to manage in a different way. And I think we even, from 23 to this year, get to see how he and Jose Javier are sending runners, and how Shelly and Trevor Amicone are working with hitters to provide the offense this team needs on a nightly basis.
Wanted to ask you this, Adam. I'm old school, but do you find fundamentals aren't the same as they used to be in baseball, with like bunting, moving guys over, and using the speed game?
I think it's predicated on your roster, and I'm wholeheartedly in on that because of this team this season. Years ago, 3 years ago, we were hitting home runs, 200, 219, setting new franchise records. And in this case this year, that's not the strength of this team. Taylor Trammell has 18 home runs. Jose Rojas has 18 home runs. He hasn't played for us since the middle of July. It's not that team. So the fundamentals, I think, were reinvigorated, at least in my eyes this season, because of how this team has played and their ability to set a new franchise record in runs scored. It's second most in the International League. And it's not because it's that Yankees build home run, Judge, Soto, Stanton, guys hitting it out of the yard. It's because we're moving runners over. We're taking team at bats. And those are true fundamentals that I feel like have been reinvigorated for me to see based on how I've watched this team play this year.
I believe the RailRiders have been associated with the Yankees now for 17 years, I believe. And what's your thoughts on the partnership with the New York Yankees?
It's amazing to be associated with a global brand in baseball, and every one of these big league teams, they've got such a long legacy, a history in this game. Even the teams that haven't been around long still have a legacy, but the Yankee brand, that Yankee logo, it's so well respected across the country, across the world. It's a sense of pride for these players to be a part of this organization, to watch them play on a nightly basis, to know that we're going to see guys today that might be factoring in the major leagues for the 27-time World Series champions. It is not a thought that ever goes lost on me.
For tonight's game at 6:05, who are some RailRider players to keep an eye out for the public?
Caleb Durbin, atop of this order, has been outstanding to watch this season, and he missed a couple of months with a hand injury. He has really been a catalyst. He was middle to lower portion of the lineup when the season started, but he was then virtually indispensable at the top of that order. Watching Durbin play, it's grit, it's hustle, and he's in the leadoff spot more often than not for this team. He's a guy that walks more than he strikes out. He steals bases. It's a fun player to watch. It's a very gritty, not high-end prospect. It's not the Dominguez. It's not the names that people know, but it's a name they're going to know.
Thoughts on the acquisition of former Buffalo Bison, Toronto Blue Jays prospect Cam Eden, and how they fit in with the RailRiders?
This has been a very different year. We've had a lot of former Buffalo Bisons this season. Kevin Smith, Tim Meza was a RailRider. Tom Pannone is a RailRider right now. It's not the first time that we've had one, and this year especially. So I thought we were kind of Buffalo South this season. Cam's been a fun acquisition. His first at bat with Scranton Wilkes Barre was a pinch hit triple. He's hit the ball, I think, better since he joined the RailRiders than his time with Buffalo. We utilize him for his speed. You'll see him pinch run a lot. That's something the Yankees tend to do tail end of a season. You see them go out in July, August, and acquire somebody that they could utilize on a postseason roster for speed. So this year it's Cam Eden. They got Duke Ellis as well. We've had Greg Allen this year. Brandon Lockridge could have been that piece prior to the trade to the Padres. So Cam fits that role of a speed guy. He's not on the 40-man roster right now, but I think they go out at that time of year thinking about this time of year, thinking about what's to come. And I can see if there's a window for him to get to the majors with the Yankees, it's because of how quick he is, how smart he is on the base pass. He set a record for Buffalo last season with 53 steals. We haven't seen that much of him since the acquisition, but he's been fun to watch. He's been great to be around, and excited to see these final couple of days with Cam and where the future takes him.
Adam, for those who've never been to a minor league baseball game, what would you tell them why they should come out to a game, either this season, which is wrapping up on Sunday for a lot of the teams, or the 2025 season?
Minor league baseball is family, affordability, it's fun. I learned very early on it's not just about the baseball. Everybody wants to come out for a different reason. So you have your baseball purists who want to come watch how a pitcher handles a batter and what sequencing they do, and they want to see strong defense. Then you have people like my wife who wants to know what's going on the video board and the in-between inning promotions, or what giveaways we've got at the ballpark. Buffalo does a great job with that. I think we do a pretty good job certainly as well. So if you don't make it out these next couple of days, be sure to check out a minor league game in 2025. There's one probably nearby at some sort of level, and it's a great opportunity to get out, bring some friends, bring the family, enjoy a night out. It's not going to cost as much as going to a major league game. You're going to have a ton of fun at the ballpark, and you might even catch us on a fireworks night.
And finally, Adam, what has been your favorite, most memorable game call this season for the RailRiders?
That's a tough one. There have been some good walk-off wins for this team. There have been some moments where you just don't think they've got it left in the tank and they work their way back. I don't know if I can pinpoint one necessarily. It's just been a fun ride to watch. I mean, at this point in time, 3 games left in the season, we've seen 86 wins. That is fourth most, tied for fourth most in any single season of our franchise's history, going back to 1989. So you're talking about one of the winningest teams that Northeastern Pennsylvania has seen. I'm just excited that I get to be out there and watch maybe 3 more W's.
And finally, where can people find the RailRiders, on social media? And what time is your broadcast tonight alongside Emily? And thoughts on her as a color analyst?
Emily's been great. She's been with me now 2 seasons. We have a lot of fun on the broadcast. Talk not just about the RailRiders, but about things going on in baseball. And We had Duff's Wings today, so I'm sure we're going to hit on that on our broadcast tonight. We did Bar Bill 2 days ago, so we love to talk about the food. We talk about the atmosphere of the ballpark. You can catch our broadcast on the SWB RailRiders Baseball Network. SWBRailRiders.com is the easiest place to find us. Our radio station provides us on their Bold Gold app if you want to go that route. Our pregame show at 5:45 tonight, we're going to hear from hitting coach Trevor Amicone. Tomorrow and Sunday, we have afternoon games. Graham Johnson, our pitching coach tomorrow. Shelley Duncan joins us for the pregame on Sunday. Like to make our way through the coaching staff at the end of the year and get their thoughts on how a season went. 6:05 first pitch is right around the corner. Can't wait.
I want to say thank you so much, Adam Marco, the voice of the RailRiders, for doing this, and continued success. And hopefully I'll see you down in Scranton Wilkes Barre next year for a game for the RailRiders at home.
Can't wait. Pleasure, and have a great weekend.
Thanks, Adam.